Good morning. Welcome back to a brand new video. As you can see, things have been getting pretty steamy, and unfortunately that's only because we've had super wet weather and it's never stopped raining. Apart from now, we have 3 hours to get one job done. I've wasted 2 of them, we've got 1 left. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. If you're new here, then welcome. My name's Alex, I'm a cameraman. I'll take you behind the scenes of the jobs you get to do, whether that's in the UK or abroad, video, photo or drone, and I post 2 videos a week for you every Thursday and every Sunday to show you what I've been up to. So, without further ado, let's get started. So things are gonna really hot up in today's episode, and that's because we've got the diesel heater to fix. Well, not fix, I just didn't winterize it, and it's not been used in probably 4 months, 3 or 4 months, I would say. So yeah, what I need to do is pull it out, citronella candle, and basically check how much fuel is in it, remove this hose, remove the exhaust, and yeah, see if there's any fuel in it and empty the fuel out if there is, because it's probably gone a little bit bad. I'm then going to ask ChatGPT to see if there's anything else that I need to do to sort of get it ready to start again, and then hopefully before it starts raining, I really don't think I've got long. I think I've got till 1 o'clock and it's about 11 o'clock now. So yeah, what I've got to do is get that all sorted before the rain starts, so we've got some heat inside the van to help dry it out a little bit. I did actually find a little leak, but more on that either later on or another video. But first of all, let's try and get this removed. Cool, how long is this screw? Quite long. So I've hit a bit of a roadblock, and that is I have actually done too much of a good job in the past of putting on this exhaust for the diesel heater. Just see if I can get it in focus. So you can kind of see that it goes up and through there. I've got a head torch on actually, that might help. You see that there? It goes up and through into the bottom of this cabinet, just underneath there, next to this air hose, and then into here. This has actually got a little bit of fuel left in it, from what I can see on the side when I shine my light in. So yeah, what that means is if I try and tip it out, I might tip fuel everywhere, but also I don't really want to disconnect the exhaust because I know at the moment it's currently connected perfectly, and that can be a bit of a dangerous thing. Just to put people's minds at rest straight away, I do have a diesel heater inside the van, and I just tested it and it does definitely work. So that leaves me with only one option really, and that is to connect up the battery as is. The battery is like here inside the van, I think. So I'm going to go connect that up, and then instead of putting this big hose on, which is what blows the hot air through the 3 little ventilation pipes inside the van, instead of putting that on and blowing the hot air through, I'm actually just going to use this and blow it out into here, just to make sure that it's all good. I do have a fire extinguisher as well, just in case, but we shouldn't be needing that, fingers crossed. And once I've done that, I'm going to blow a hairdryer, cool air through these pipes, just to check there's nothing inside them, for when I attach the diesel heater, it doesn't, again, set on fire. So yeah, there's lots of things to do, and I'm pretty cautious about all these sorts of things because I just want it to be safe. So yeah, next thing, let's get this switched on inside the van and then blow the hot air straight out, just to make sure that it's working good. So the 2 cables that we need to connect up are just tucked away in here, because obviously during the summer I didn't need the heater at all. Literally since June, I think, I've not used it. So basically one of them goes on there, one of them goes on there, and then we're pretty much good to fire it up. This whole cabinet is pretty airtight, so that no fumes, if they did leak out the diesel heater, would leak into here. So yeah, we're going to do that. And also, whilst we're inside the van, I'm also just going to check underneath these seats here. Thank you, Layla, for helping, that there's nothing in the way. A couple of chargers, they're going to be useful. And then nothing else, and they're all connected together nicely. And then this side too. Yeah, that looks all good to me. It's actually going to be quite interesting because this carpet has never been heated up before. And I don't quite know how it's going to react. I'm hoping it's not going to melt. But this is all why we're doing this little test. And this is probably the best thing we've ever done inside the van, replacing the carpet and also the lino at the back there, because it makes it just so much more livable inside. I might actually be moving out of the van soon, but more on that in a future video as well. Let's go back outside. Just before I do turn it back on, I'm actually going to re-screw it down, just because I might forget to do it in the future, and that would be really bad. So I was going to put some new diesel in, but I've decided not to do that because if I need to empty it out, it'll make it more of a nightmare. So let's just first of all see if it works. Shall we turn it on? Are we in focus? Yes, we are. Need to give it a bit of a hoover inside this little cabinet just so the air filter here doesn't suck up loads of air. But what I'm expecting is shortly for this fan to ramp up, which it already has, and then also underneath this exhaust to start puffing out a little bit of smoke. I imagine it's going to take a second for the glow plugs to heat up, which is what this little green thing is there, I believe, means the glow plugs are warming up. And then we'll see if it works or not. I did kind of split this, which I'm not too pleased about. But we'll see if I can rectify it once we've tested this part. So you can probably hear that the diesel heater has started, or the fuel pump has started ticking. And, God, it stinks of diesel, so it's definitely working. And you can see my breath, which is sometimes a dead giveaway that the diesel is coming through. I do actually have a fire extinguisher on hand, in all seriousness, because this could set on fire, so I have to be prepared and safe. This lives inside here usually too. So as well as the carbon monoxide filter, if it does set on fire, we've got this. I'm also able to turn up the temperature, so it's on 8 degrees now, which I don't know what it quite means, but if I turn it up, it pushes through more hot air. If I turn it down, it pushes through less hot air. And now that the diesel heater has kind of got up to temperature, it's now ramping down, and because I've got it on 8 degrees, it's only going to push through the minimal amount of hot air. So yeah, this thing cost I think about 100 quid, maybe 125 quid maximum. I'll say between 70 and 125. So, and for it, I have been warm for nearly 12 months. So probably the first thing I got for the van, and one of the best things I've got for the van so far. I'll try and find it and put a link in the description if you guys were interested. It's not a sponsored video, just a useful bit of info. So I've just been trying to neaten up the end of this pipe, which actually ripped off, with some of this silver space tape, which I've used in the past, and it's been really good for both repairing leaks and stuff like that to keep water out, but also for this like air ducting. So I've just got to neaten up this one in here just to make that look slightly nicer, and then I'll basically just marry the two together and then tape. Oh, you can't see. I'll basically marry the two together and then tape around them like so a couple of times just to make sure they're nice and tight, and make sure this is nice and flat and smooth like this, to try and keep as much of the air going through the pipe as possible. That's the plan. Okay, so now it's all joined back up and it looks like something that Elon Musk would be launching into space with all this silver tape. But let's go check on the inside to see if the heat is coming through the heaters or not. I did initially say that I was going to test this, but I never got a chance to. And Is hot air coming out? Yes, it is. Fantastic. And the next one across, let's just double check. Yep, and the last one, yeah. So we've got hot air blowing through all of these, and now what I need to do is wait and see if the carpet melts. What do you think, Layla? Yeah. So we just need to see if it heats up, if the carpet melts, if anything sets on fire. So we just need to really sit tight and wait and see. I'm now in between a couple of jobs. I need to hoover the floor and also inside the cabinets, behind the radiator there, and also in the diesel heater locker. I need to hoover all of that lot. Excuse the dog's legs here, because there's lots of debris in there and I don't want it setting on fire. I also need to stick around inside the van, so I can't really go anywhere, just while the diesel heater warms up for the first time in a while. I've got an eye on the carbon monoxide alarm too, because I reckon the two biggest killers inside motorhomes are probably either fire or fumes, so I'm just trying not to be complacent with either one of those two things as I'm watching the carbon monoxide alarm down there. Also, you might have heard earlier in the video that I will be moving out of the van. I'm going to tell you all about that another video, but stay tuned. It's going to allow some pretty epic progress in here, or a van switch. One of the two. So yeah, do stay tuned. I think that's quite exciting. And then last of all, I'm probably going to be dropping one video a week on this channel, to just do one instead of two. You'll have a better quality video. I'll have more time to edit it and do things like that, and it takes a little bit of pressure off. I'm also going to be doing one video a week over on the Gardening Grange channel, so if you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link in the description. Please go ahead and check it out. We have just made some raspberry jam from the raspberries in the garden, so we show you the whole process of us doing that for the very first time, so head over to see if we were successful or not. And yeah, I'm going to do one a week on there and one a week on here. It's going to mean I'm going to have some time to do bigger jobs in here as well, because I'm not limited to just a couple of days, and I'm just hoping it will free up my brain a little bit more. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming, and I just want to make sure I've got the energy to show you guys. So with that, I think that's the end of today's video. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We've got some world record stuff coming up. We've got some epic van renovations coming up. As I said, I'm moving out of the van. Where to? That's coming up. And what's not to like? Check out the Gardening Grange channel. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later.